Hello, mind friends. Are you having a hard time taking that first step towards something that you've been wanting to do that's really important, whether it be solving a big problem, accomplishing a dream, whatever the case it might be? That first step, it can be so flippin' hard to take, whether it's nervousness or insecurity, or you don't know if you can do it, or if you're even worthy of the reward when it comes. Who knows? But here's the biggest thing that I've ever seen play out for myself and other people too. I talked to lots of people. Stick around. I'm going to talk for just a couple minutes, but you might get something huge out of this if it helps you take that first step towards a really important goal. This could be really worthwhile for you. So here's what it is. You develop yourself a vision that is so flippin' compelling that it would literally break your heart and shatter your spirit to not do it. And when your vision is compelling enough to pull you towards taking that first step and every other step, then your circumstances will no longer push you around. You'll stop putting off that first step. And your ultimate litmus test is that if you're still putting off that first test, then you haven't done the job yet of building up your vision to be compelling enough. So think about, why is what you want so friggin' important to you? What's it all mean? What's gonna happen? Why? And beyond why, what is your life gonna look like? Or whoever's life, if it benefits somebody else. There's got to be a real emotional connection to that pulls at your heart, so that your vision is going to start pulling you harder than your circumstances are pushing you around like a rag doll. So that's it. You build up a vision and you will take that first step without procrastinating, because procrastination is the cornerstone of all poverties. Action can be the cure to all poverties, right? And think about this too. Sometimes we don't get started because we overwhelm ourselves. We're thinking, oh, there's a lot I got to do. Keep it digestible. Even if it's just one digestible thing a day, the beautiful thing about doing a little bit of something every day is that anybody can do it, because it's just a little bit of something every day. So think of it in terms of that. The journey of 1,000 miles can be taken one step at a time. You've heard that adage before. It's true. If you keep your brain on the activities and keeping it one step at a time, or a couple steps, or whatever is digestible for you without overwhelming, then maybe that can be the thing to help you get started, knowing that, okay, I just have to get started. If you're gonna get there, you're not gonna get there if you don't get started. So you gotta get started. And here's another thing. I'm giving you a few extra tips in this video. This is another huge thing. A lot of us, we don't want to get started unless we have a plan to finish, a plan that takes us from the starting line to the finish line. Let me tell you why that is just a horrible idea in almost anything that you do. You are not going to know what steps to take, like one after the other, until you get started. When you take that first step, and the step after that, and the step after that, things are going to happen. You're going to learn through experience, from taking action. The various feedbacks and the different kinds of ways you get feedback is going to teach you more about what the next step should be than something pre-planned from start to finish. You could plan something start to finish, but once you get started, you're going to find it never plays out that way. So you have to be flexible. It never plays out that way. You're going to find when you get started that, things are going to change. Like maybe step number 2 has to be different because of the feedback you got from step number 1. Well, congratulations, you took step 1, so you could get that feedback that could teach you more about what the next step could be. And then it throws all the other steps off if you had them pre-planned. And then you got to wad it up and just flush it down the toilet and wave goodbye to it. So if you are working on that plan from start to finish, I actually suggest, for almost anything that you could be doing, just everything after step 1, cross it off, wad it up, throw it down the toilet, flush it, wave goodbye to it, because that's history. That's the thing that's keeping you from starting, perhaps. Keep step 1. Plan to get started. That's all you need to do in the beginning. Plan to get started. And as you go, you're going to get feedback that's going to tell you what not to do. It's going to tell you what to do, things that work, things that aren't working. You scale up on the things that are working. You maybe ixnay or modify the things that aren't working. And before you know it, you're going to craft your way. You're not going to pre-plan your way. You're going to craft your way to the finish line of whatever that is for you. So there you go. Compelling vision that is more powerful than your circumstances that are pushing you around, right? So that you can be pulled by your vision and not pushed around by your circumstances. Second thing I said was what? Keep it digestible, one step at a time. And the third thing was, you can't plan to finish, plan to get started. Pay attention to the feedback along the way. And through all of this, be more addicted to the activity than the result. Because if you're emotionally tied to the result and the outcome, then when the going gets tough, you're probably going to quit. But if you're addicted to the activities, you're probably going to see it through that, in conjunction with having a vision so powerful that you're going to do whatever it takes to figure it out. Because at the end of the day, regardless of all those tips I just gave you, at the end of the day, your vision is either going to pull you or your circumstances is going to push you around like a rag doll. So keep that in mind. Get started today on whatever it is. I hope that helps you. If you got value from this, please share. If you feel this is worthy of sharing, to get out there in a world so dominated by just stupid negative talk without any aim of a solution whatsoever, if you like these kinds of messages and feel the world should have more of this, then please share. By all means, share. I've also got a website, fireyyourboss.xyz, not .com, .xyz. I promise it exists. Just go there. I'll prove it to you. A big, beautiful website will load. You'll see my picture. You'll see blogs, and I've got thousands of pieces of content, literally thousands. I don't have a job, don't want a job. I work for free. I always will. I didn't always, but now I do. And that's how I do things. So fireyyourboss.xyz, it's all to do with health, healing, happiness, freedom, wealth creation, philanthropy. And if those things turn you on, if this video turns you on, you got value from it, you're probably going to find a lot of stuff that I've published over the years that you'll get a lot of benefit from. And so much more coming soon. In fact, my next video is coming very soon because I've always got new ideas for new stuff. All right, take care, everyone. Share if you feel this is worthy of sharing. And fireyyourboss.xyz, fireyyourboss.xyz. Pull whatever is valuable to you. And whatever you've been putting off, get started today. If you're not getting started today, go back to your vision and make it so compelling that you do get started today. Bye for now.